Hello, this is the Brass Love One Healer Tarot here. I'm coming back to do just some recaps of different stories that I did here on YouTube and to see where things are right now as far as what universe is saying. Okay, I'm starting with Kendrick Johnson, a 17-year-old young man who was thriving in football and in basketball, and he was murdered at his school, rolled up in a gym mat. It was said that he put himself in, but anyone with common sense knew he didn't put himself in the gym mat, period. Okay, so I just wanted to come back and do some kind of update to see what God is saying about this situation. Is these people going to be brought to justice soon? Or just what's going on, okay? For anyone who is still concerned as far as Kendrick Johnson, who had a thriving, bright future ahead of him, and it was cut short. Back then in my storylines, it says that if he would have been taken to the hospital, he would have survived, but he wasn't taken to the hospital because maybe they assumed that he was dead, but really he was unconscious. Get what I'm saying? Okay, so let's just see. Oh yeah, I had deck 2. This is what came. Deck 2 and deck 2, I'm so sorry, deck 2 and deck 9 was the first ones I heard God say. Healing of the soul and abuse. That is when you abuse someone or someone abuse you, when somebody hurt you to the soul or you hurt someone to the soul. That's just flow. Make it nice and short. Universe, I'm trying to have it short as I can make it. Okay, you owe the family an insane apology. You all, the murderers, because he didn't die on his own. I'm saying it. You don't want to face the facts, but he didn't die on his own. You know you did it, okay? You felt restricted, that you had no way out, so you rolled him up in that mat, period, when you saw that, or you thought you killed him, but all the time he was unconscious. Get what I'm saying? He died being in the mat. If you don't know it, I'm letting you know. He wasn't dead when you rolled him up. He died inside the mat. You could have saved his life if you would have took the extra methods to go get some kind of leader at that school to get help for him and take him to the hospital, okay? You owe Kendrick Johnson an insane apology and his parents, okay? Maybe you're a sage, maybe he was a sage. Maybe you're adventurous like a sage, or maybe he was adventurous like a sage. Where's this card I just saw? You didn't want to be a score loser. Get what I'm saying? You was a score loser and you didn't like being a score loser. You know what that means? If you do sports, you know what I'm talking about. But you needed to keep your distance. Okay, let's just flow. Universe, give me 7 cards at the top and the bottom for whoever this is. Okay, oh my, I don't came to 2, 4. Oh my goodness, it's 7 right off the bat. Look at God. Look at God. There's going to be some kind of court because it was unjust what you did to Kendrick. Okay, here's the top and the bottom. God made that short and sweet. Dude, look at this. Look at God. Evidence shows you guilty. Evidence shows that Kendrick didn't put himself in that mat. Okay? Let's just flow. Okay, let's just flow. Look at this card. Black is beautiful. You had a little racist in you. One of you. Follow me? Kendrick like music. Follow me? Black is beautiful. Okay? Okay, let's just flow. Let me just put this real short and sweet for whoever you are, because it's supposed to be short and sweet. Okay, whoever you are, you felt like ducking wouldn't help Kendrick at that time because you was good and hot with Kendrick, whoever you are. Okay, because you felt like a caterpillar at one point in time, and you wanted to bend forward on things, right? And take the action you took, right? Because you wanted to be an enabler for financial gain, right? You thought on the idea of living luxurious, right? Maybe you eat a certain kind of way. If not vegan, you eat a certain kind of way. Or somebody going to talk to you about eating a certain kind of way, or they did. Or maybe Kendrick ate a certain kind of way, however it's flowing. Okay? You was trying to treat Kendrick like a plaything at that time. Or maybe he was joking with you. I don't know. But God said you want to keep picking yourself off the ground, off the floor. Strike that. That's the wrong card. Okay, it says right here, you want and you are getting your freedom from a fortress. So you wanted your freedom from a fortress. Or right then, Kendrick wanted his freedom from a fortress. And a fortress for Kendrick would be that gym mat. Get what I'm saying? Being in that gym mat. And he was alive. If you know it or not, he was alive inside that mat. And he wanted his freedom from a fortress. And that was a fortress. That was something that kept him trapped. He couldn't get out of. Okay, it says right here, you want to keep picking yourself off the ground. Here it is again. You didn't want to keep picking yourself off the ground, I guess, when it came down to Kendrick. Because I guess you felt he could beat you some kind of way. Or you didn't want him to win in sports or whatever's going on here. Evidence shows that that's what it was. Follow me? And it says right here that you had some kind of racial stuff going on with you. He liked music. You never felt like that before, right here with this card. And you was going to stop being afraid of your feelings. Because some kind of way, maybe some girl was involved that you thought was pretty. And maybe a girl had something to do with this, where you liked a girl or something like that. And it had something to do with a girl, maybe. It don't have to, but it could have. Right? So you was going to dig deep. And figure out why. Because God said dig deep and figure out why. Why did you do what you did? And I feel it's because of a girl, mainly. Going up this card. Some girl you thought was pretty or beautiful. And you decided you weren't going to settle for less. I guess you wanted whoever this girl is, right? Because it was competition in business at the fairgrounds. This usually means work, but since you was school students, right? This got to represent school. Follow me? Competition in business. Follow me? In school, in basketball, in football, or whatever you was doing. And you was going to do what you had to do to build you up. Why must you tear me down? Maybe Kendrick joked with you, or maybe he's saying something to tear you down. I don't know what was going on. But it says right here that you don't have to be a Virgo or a Sag, but I'm going to say this card anyway. One of you, because it's two of you. Right? Because it took more than one person to roll Kendrick up in that mat. Right? A Virgo was venting for a move to be made, and the Sage made the move wisely. So you don't have to be a Sage. You could be adventurous like a Sage, or you don't have to be a Virgo. You could just act like a Virgo. Or Kendrick was one of these signs. Some kind of way, a fuss broke out some kind of way. However it's flowing. So I got right here that go ahead. So Kendrick was going to go forward some kind of way. Or God telling the family, go forward. And once you go forward, you're going to be on your path. That is to take this to court because it's unjust. God not finished with this yet. Get what I'm saying? Because we have right here, maybe one of you wanted something in print from Kendrick to prove something. Or maybe Kendrick wanted something from one of you people to prove something. Or the family wants something in print to prove something, how it's flowing. The family want no more inks about this thing. No more so what. Because it's time to go to court. Whoever you are, you don't have hair like Kendrick. You're not Kendrick. Okay? You felt like power stayed with you. not with Kendrick. Because maybe some girl was involved that you liked. And maybe she was talking to him some kind of way, or however it's flowing. And you might have felt like you was being jerked around by this female. And maybe you tried to take it out on Kendrick. But God said, don't let what you seek ruin your life, because you couldn't find it. Because you felt restricted. You couldn't do nothing about this. But God said you owe the family and Kendrick an apology. You was trying to clarify it maybe with Kendrick about some female maybe. And choosing you first was always the best option for you. So you decided to choose you. And it was hard for you to show him good. Complicated. Get what I'm saying? Because what? You wanted to win. Why? Because you wanted your princess. We is your princess. Some female. You could be an Aquarius. You don't have to be, but you could be. Follow me? Life's journey. Deep. Or Kendrick owed you some money. It could have been money. You was trying to get money. You were salary driven and trying to get money from him. Or, like I said, so you can win. Or it's about a female. Your princess, whoever she was. And let's just fly. But God's saying it's not over. Family need to take it to court and just keep on with it. Because whoever you are, you murdered Kendrick. And I'm saying it. You murdered Kendrick. He was alive when you put him in that mat. I'm letting you know that. If you would have took him to the hospital. I had my storylines on. I took them all off now though. But I still have all of it on my computer. So I still have all my storylines. So he needed to be taken to the hospital. He would have survived. But instead, you went in survival mode and looking out for yourself. Wrapping him up in a mat. In that mat, he was upside down. He wound up dying because he was alive when you put him in a mat. So that makes you the murderer. You killed him. He could have been saved off of whatever injury he got. But you assumed he was dead and you panicked. That's the bottom line. He was alive. And when you put him in, you killed him. If you don't know it, I'm telling you, he was not dead when you put him in. It happened while he was in there. God said in the other storyline, you just need to take him to the hospital. But you just looked out for yourself. And it's time for you to pay. Time for you to get punished.